Hennepin County's budget for this year is a big one, $2.68 billion. So how does that break down to local projects? Reporter Shannon Sladden spoke about that with Hennepin County District 7 Commissioner Kevin Anderson in today's Newsmakers.
I think first off, it's really big, right? We have a lot of things that Hennepin County does for our residents. And it's complicated. We have funding sources from the state and federal level. And while we've seen some increased funding through infrastructure projects and housing projects, funding sources from the state and federal government, that takes people to implement those things. And that's a big part of where Hennepin County's budget has gone into, is making sure that we are putting staff in places that are going to allow us to get these things done for our residents.
You've seen the greatest increase in staff in which department?
One of the biggest increases is in our Public Works department. I chair the Public Works Committee, and so our infrastructure projects are really important to me and to our residents in Western Hennepin. And we're seeing, I think, about $50 million in projects coming through just in Western Hennepin alone in this next year, which is a huge increase from what it has historically been. And that's in large part because we've gotten this additional money for infrastructure projects from the state and federal government.
All right, anything in particular you'd like to highlight with those?
Well, one very exciting project that's coming through is in Rogers. We're having the Fletcher bypass is now on the table, something that has been in the works for, I think, almost 30 years. And so we're really excited to see that come through. But a lot of other things are coming through because of our Complete and Green Streets policy. More availability to do pedestrian improvements, sidewalks, perhaps some roundabouts in your neighborhood. So we're going to be able to do a lot of additional work to keep our system working efficiently.
And that's probably something you hear from residents a lot on, is pedestrian improvements and improvements to the roads where they drive every day.
Absolutely. I mean, I think having improvements to our infrastructure is something that impacts all of us. It impacts our businesses, it impacts our quality of life. And really, it's our people that are making that happen for everybody.
All right. And I know the reading is probably not for the faint of heart. I think the resolution was 40-something pages on the budget, but there's lots of great information online.
There is a lot of information, and the budget process is about a 5-month process, so it's not for the faint of heart. No. And you know, but it is really exciting to see the ways that Hennepin County is making sure that we're investing in our employees, which is a big part of what we're investing in. You know, that's the biggest driver of where these increases come from.
All right, well, we will be watching to see what happens in this next year. Commissioner Kevin Anderson, thanks for being here.
Thank you so much, always a pleasure.
Find more local news stories at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.